Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here for ERN Division 3, Round 16, here under the floodlights at Singapore. So I'm joined with someone different instead of Ramos tonight. I'm joined here with Anthem. Would you like to say hello?
Hello, it's a pleasure to be back commentating over Div 3.
Yeah. Sorry about Ramos not being here. He's being late. Well, he is here, somewhere in the party, but
Hello.
yeah, we don't want to hear from you.
Uh,
But Anthem, what do you think about this track? It is classed as difficult from Codemasters, but what do you feel about it?
It's always it's a fun challenge, especially for me. I quite enjoy the circuit. I think it flows quite well, but Div 3 will definitely put their own spin on it today, and we'll see how they deal with the challenges. Whether or not it rains could spice up how that comes and presents itself today.
Yeah, we always love the rain at the street circuit. It makes that 10 times more difficult. But no one decided to go out in a minute, so we've got to think of something to say.
Well, it's
But what's the strategy around here? Sorry.
so it's going to be a split, isn't it, between mediums, the medium hard one stop and the soft medium medium. They'll be balancing up whether or not it's a one stop or it's a two stop, and whether or not track position or out of qualifying or track position after a pit stop is more important to them. It sort of just varies on how they feel with the car and whether or not the rain's going to hit.
Yeah, that will be interesting if we see some rain here, but hope not for Div 3's sake, as we see someone going out for the first qualifying lap. So, who's that? That is GR8, I believe. Yeah, he's going to be the first one out on track here under the floodlights. So, God. We've got one driver on the medium. We've got Shadow Wolf. He's gone on the medium. So we saw last night Division 2. We did that, didn't we? A few drivers went on the mediums and a few on the soft. So it was quite a range of strategies there. So one person's obviously thought the mediums might be better.
Yeah, obviously they've seen you and Ramos's strategy yesterday and thought, yeah, I'll have a bit of that. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether or not that works for them, but we'll probably find out in about an hour and a half, to be honest, rather than now.
Yeah, the softs, they're quick rounds here, but they don't last very long. What do they last about? Usually they last about 7 laps. They probably last 5 laps around here, don't they?
Yeah, after the quali lap takes a lot out of them, it's a bit more stressful than a normal lap. They have about 5 laps of optimal usage. Well, not a little less than that, but the mediums start to get a bit better than them, and yeah, be interesting to see how the crossover changes the nature of the race.
Yeah, will do. Do you personally, I think it's quite hard to do a lap round here. Like, it's like you can either do a slow lap and it not be obviously not very fast, but if you go and send it, you've got a chance of invalidating it because track limits is a thing round here.
Yeah, it really is one of those circuits where you've got to balance it. You've got to be able to put a lap in that's good enough, and yet you can't invalidate it. And, I think it's just about finding that balance, really, and we'll see whether or not anyone can really fine-tune that and get a good lap in.
Yeah, it's GR8 starting his lap now. Would you like to do what Sam usually does?
I'll do the
do a
honours
lap.
as he comes out of turn 5. Comes into turn 5, sorry, onto the main straight. He'll crack open DRS as he comes up into 6th gear. Takes it along into the fast, flat-out right-hand kink, and he's going to be judging his braking point. Brings it down, uses a little bit of curb to keep the car rotated in. He's going to slam on the brakes, use 2nd gear, use a bit of curb to rotation, get on the power as early as possible, keep it nice and narrow, use as much as the track as possible to get the car accelerated up to speed.
Anthem, we're on GR8.
GR8, yes I am on, dear. Brings it into the, under the bridge section. And there we go, it'll bring it, whoa, that's a long break there. Crack open DRS again, going up through the gears, yeah, flag, hopefully that won't impede his lap. Car on the outside of the track, that is a bit distracting possibly. It's going to keep on going though. comes into the final sector. Series of 90-degree right-handers here, right and left. Okay, Big G might impede him here. This could slow him down a little. Here we go then, see whether or not he backs out of this.
Looks like it. Maybe not.
It's a bit odd. We'll see what lap time he puts in anyway. Brings it through the final
be the
corner.
benchmark for someone else.
And 41.8. We'll see how that is.
There's fast scope. There's a 37.8. So I think he did lose a fair bit of time behind who was it, Big G, I believe it was. So next across the line will be a Alfa Romeo with Zach is Beast. No, it's not. It will be Will Howard instead. So he's going to come across the line. He's coming around last corner now. Ooh, will he invalidate that? Yes, he does. Big shame there. So starting another lap there from him. Next across the line will be Dame Zero. Let's see where we can put this, and he does a 1:35.7, so 2 seconds quicker than fast scope, but there's always room to improve. Next will be a Renault Shadow Wolf. He does 1:48. Crowd Indoor does a 1:35.4, so just a couple of attempts quicker than Dame Zero. It's a good pace there from him. And the next Renault Fin2 Racing does a 1:35.5. Next will be a Merc of Kylie Boy. Yep, coming across the line now. Where can he put it? He does a 1:46, and ERN Massey does a 1:35.6. Next to Ferrari of Beardo Wheels, he does a 1:39.4. And Zach is Beast just jumps up to a 1:37. VRF1 jumps to a 1:37.5. Who's next across the line?
It's Big G.
Big G.
Yeah, good job of keeping track there. Being able to keep on top of the times. Looks like people are definitely finding a balance there. Some more than others.
Yeah, Big G just doing a 1:41.3 there. And I don't know if that was a Merc that came across. Yeah, it was RRF1. He did a 1:37.5. And I think that's everyone in this group just done a lap. So a few people that haven't set laps yet. Sorry, is ERN Recall is on an out lap. Oh god, Will Howard just did a lap. He did 1:42.4. Is that it from? Yes, that's it now.
That's our first round of laps today. Looks reasonably competitive. Towards the 37s, we've got a nice group of 3 there, all within about 4/10 actually. 4 there. So it looks like it could be heating up a little in the mid-pack, and we could have a good quali session on our hands.
Yeah, a big range of times from a 1:35 to a 1:42, so there is room to improve, definitely, for our qualifier. What would you recommend for these medium runners? Because they're going from, well, they've only got one set of mediums if we've chosen the balance compounds we get to choose at the start of the session. They only get one set of mediums, and they've got to do maybe 3 good laps on them, or 2, and they're going to put a fair bit of wear on those tyres.
Yeah, that'll be definitely gauged on whether or not these laps that they've just put in now are good enough. So Recall's definitely going to be looking at whether or not this one's good, but he's just about set, and Shadow will think about whether or not the 1:40.8 is acceptable as a lap time for him, and they'll just weigh up whether or not they're going to go onto the softs and go for another lap.
Yeah, his Big G just then went to 1:36.6. That was 4 seconds quicker than his previous time, so good work there from him. But everyone going to start coming out now, do some more laps. Who is on a lap?
I believe ERN Recoil is on a lap at the moment. He's just coming down the main straight past turn 6.
Alright, yep. Thank you for that. So, looking nice there, not running too wide and invalidated. That curb's actually quite surprisingly grippy, isn't it, that he's just come through there? You'd expect it to fling the car, but it doesn't.
Yeah, it's a nice surprise really, compared to some of them. As he hits the wall there on the outside, that could give him wing damage actually. Guess we'll have to have a look.
I don't think... I think he might have a little bit of wing damage actually. He looks like he's struggling through there.
Yeah, well, I think the time will be the best reflection of whether or not that's happened. So we'll see. Obviously, he doesn't have a date to compare to, so
Yeah, he does. Front right.
yeah, there we go.
So yeah, he is going to lose a bit of performance here. So it looks like he's pushing on with his lap. Let's see where he can come out as he's coming under the tunnel now. Lovely place when it's not wet. But coming now into the penultimate corner, can he get a good exit off of there? Yeah, he does, but he's going to be compromised here into the last corner as he chucks it into the pits actually. So he's going to abandon that lap.
Yeah, I think that's probably quite sensible there from Mr. Recoil. Clearly feeling that lap wasn't good enough, and as he's only got a limited number of tries on those mediums, he really wanted to make sure that it is the best it can be.
Yeah, definitely. It's a hard lap. Well, it is a hard track to set up a nice lap round, isn't it?
Yeah, you've. I think, as we said earlier, you've really just got to strike a balance, and I think that the people towards the front have found that balance at the moment, but they'll be working out where they can find it, and obviously they'll know where to find it, but we'll see whether or not anyone can make significant gains and try and take pole from ERN crowding.
Yeah, Kylie Boy just set a lap now. He's done a 1:37.7, so really good work there from him. Setting the lap quite late in this session. But who's going to be next across the line? I think it's Crowden. Yeah, but he comes into the pit. So Renault next of Finty Racing. But he's going to start a lap now. So who will be next across the line? I think it might be Willa Howard, but he's decided to come into the pits. Looks like Massey's actually set a fastest middle sector. I just got a glimpse there. So it'll be interesting to see where he can come when he gets around to sector 3. But Renault or Shadow Wolf's coming across the line now. Where can he put this? He started a lap, hasn't he?
Yeah, I'm just
My luck.
working on inviting someone at the moment.
Alright. But Pete comes across the line, but he does a 1:44.4, I believe that was, but I think that was invalidated. Yes, it was. That's unfortunate, but him and Ark not set times yet, so I don't know what's happening there, if he's just struggling to get a lap in and invalidating it, or he just damaged his front wing on his out lap. But Dame Zero now coming across the line. Where can he put this time? We can challenge for pole. Yes, he does with a 1:35.00. So almost flat. Good work there from him. Next across the line will be RRF1. Let's see where he can put this. Might have been invalidated. I'm not sure there. Kylie Boy next across the line, but unfortunately he's coming into the pits rather quick there. And I think the GR8's coming to the pits as well. People either not improving on the times or struggling to get another lap in.
I believe Mr. Ramos has a little tidbit of information for us, if he wants to give us an update.
Yeah, I've just been given some information about the weather, and I believe it's going to be raining at the back half end of the race, so obviously that's going to mix up the strategies quite a bit for the Division 3 drivers here today. I just thought I'd quite like to add that in.
Yeah, more than welcome. But it's going to be like Division 2 last night, isn't it? So the strategy for us last night, what was it? If you started on the mediums, just try and stretch them out as long as possible, maybe to the rain, till the rain comes.
Yeah.
So you basically do no stops, or like you did, it was soft to mediums, was it? Or soft to hards?
Yeah, it was a bit of a weird one. So you could, if you were starting outside of the top 10, you could use the medium, stretch those to the range just about. There's NRC Island pulled off to great effect last night. We'll see whether anyone imitates that today. But yeah, I think the vast majority of the top 10 will be using this off-medium strategy like I did. But it'll be interesting to see whether anyone outside the top 10 uses that to their advantage to gain some places and see what they do in the race, really. So.
Yeah, definitely. Kylie Boy is out lap, so who will be next car? Oh, no, Massey coming to the pits. I'm seeing a lot of drivers go around doing out lap and then come into the pits. So, not really sure what's going on.
That might be an issue of breaking wings on the outlap. I'm not too sure what else it might be, but But if that was to be the thing, then I imagine that would be the issue, really. Breaking their wings on the outlaps, maybe. Or just getting stuck and, yeah, not feeling too great.
Ooh, so just riding on board with Will Howard there, and he just went a bit wide and hit the wall, but he hasn't got his lap invalidated. Sorry, he ain't got it invalidated. He hasn't broken the front wing, so really lucky there from him.
Yeah, just drifted a bit wide due to some understeer through turn 3 there. Lucky to stay outside, stay lucky there, as you said, and hopefully he'll see whether or not he can improve from last.
Yeah, Total Recall, sorry, just come across the line. He goes with a 1:36.0, so that's putting him up into P5. And I think that was Dame Zero's teammate of Ark. He's going to decide, he's going to do a lap now, so see where he can put his, because he's currently 18th on the grid. Next will be Crowd and Door. Where can he put this time as he's starting an out lap? God, I've got to look up more. Alfa Romeo, Will Howard, is he on a lap? Yes, but he's a second slower. No, sorry, oh god, a second faster in the middle sector, so he's really improving on his time. So let's see where he can put that as he gets the car turned in there. Coming under the tunnel now, gets that all hooked up. Oh! As he just gets the snap of understeer, loses the back end and just puts that car into the wall, getting damage on his right, so left wing. Big shame there from him. I don't think the McLaren behind was on a lap. Yes, he was. He goes 900ths quicker and 6/10ths quicker overall. That puts him P8. So a good lap there from him with the 1:37.2. Next will be a Merc of Kylie.
No, he's coming to the pits.
He's coming.
Beats is just starting a lap at the moment, coming through turn 3.
I'm trying to find the Ferrari next. I think it's Total Recall, is it? Yes, but he's coming into the pits. So it'll be a Williams, as we've got Ferrari down third DRS straight. He's gone straight on into the runoff area. So just misjudging those brakes there. Is that Massey coming across the line? Yes, it was. He goes 2/10ths quicker and does a 1:35.4. I think that might have been invalidated because I think that was his time originally. So next will be a Merc of RRF1. Yes, he does a 1:37.5. I think he's going to go for another lap. Red Bull next of Ark, but I don't think... No, it was Dame Zero, I believe, in the starting lap there. So, Ark on yet to set a time with Wispy and Pizza, so they... What do you think? They're just struggling to get a lap in, or...?
Yeah, I think it's just a combination of damaging the wings or maybe invalidating. It's a tough circuit to get one in, and I imagine they're probably feeling that. But the rain will bring in some opportunities in the race, so all hope is not just lost just yet.
Yes, fingers crossed for them. What's next? With Pizza, yes, he's finally set a lap talking about him. He does a 1:39.8, so good lap there from him. I think he's going for another one actually. So those tyres might be a bit worn when coming into the start of the races. We've got Alfa Romeo off of Will Howard. He's spun coming out of just coming on over that bridge. So I'll try and get that car turned around. As Massey sets the fastest lap of a 1:34.8, so really good work there from him. I just missed that. But Renault next of Shadow Wolf, I believe. Yeah, he goes 9/10ths quicker, doing a 1:48. It's good work there from him, gaining that much time. I believe that was a Merc of RRF1. He does 1:36.6, going 8/10ths quicker. So finding time now, Division 3R. Who will be next across the line? It will be Dame Zero, I believe. So can he try and get this pole position back? No, he's coming to the pits. So currently Massey is on provisional pole with an Alfa Romeo coming up next on track. He's got to let Fast Scope pass. Where can Fast Scope put? He does a 1:36.9. And Will R. Howard is down in P17, so couldn't improve on that lap. Had to let the McLaren behind. But Beardo Wheels coming across the line now. He goes 3 attempts quicker, doing a 1:39.1. So good work there from him. Another Hassad, Big G now. He's coming across the line, going 10th quicker in the first sector. Where can he put that? He goes P6, going 2 attempts quicker. And a 1:36.4. Good work there from him as well. Next will be a McLaren of VRF1, I believe that was. Yep, but he couldn't improve his time, unfortunately. We'll stay in P9.
I believe that Shadow Wolf is our only person on the lap at the moment, and they'll see if they can improve through the third sector.
Ark is actually coming around the last corner. Let's see if he can get this time in. Yes, he does. He goes P12 for 1:38.3. So finally gets a lap in at the end there. And who did he say was on the last?
He did improve 39.7 Shadow Wolf.
Oh yeah, he went almost 2 seconds quicker there. That's only good enough for P14. So this is your grid for tonight. A lot of people actually retiring in the pits. Yeah, a lot of people were retiring in the pits and just obviously feeling it was safe enough. But this is your grid for tonight. Massey on pole position with Dame Zero and Crowd Indoor. Your top 3. So quite close up there.
Yeah, times are looking good. Do you want to do our grid rundown then?
Is Sam still here?
Nah.
Absolutely.
There he is.
Ramos, would you like? You know you want to.
I do love me a good race rundown. Absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, our pole sitter today, if you haven't already seen, is Massey, followed by Dame, Crowding, Fintu Racing, Recor, Big G, RRF1, Fast Scopes, VRF1, Kylie Boy, Zakis Beast, A-Turk, Beardo Wheels, Shadow Wolf. And if you wouldn't mind scrolling down just a little bit further, DCW for me, so I can catch the bottom end of the grid, because I didn't manage to catch that.
It is down there, but if you're watching...
Yeah, thank you very much. Lag. And then we've got Pizza, Kyle, GR8, Willa Howard, Wispy, and Tara Towie to finish up the grid. Just to point out, I don't know whether you saw, but today some of the Division 3 drivers running a French-coloured, French flag coloured inspired helmets, obviously after Grosjean at Bahrain.
Yeah, unfortunate crash there from him. As it's rained straight away, I thought it was halfway through the race, Ramos.
It was a little bit of miscommunication. I do apologise, but I will keep you posted on anything else that I do get.
Oh, Division 3. I feel so sorry for you. Oh. So that throws the strategy out the window for anyone that... Actually, no one went on the mediums, did they, in the end?
No, they were qualified on the softs, so it's all going to be fresh tyres, and it's a kind of level playing field.
But
yeah, just looking in the garage, sorry, there, Ramos. I'm looking in the Merc garage, and there's wet tyres out. So, is this full wet conditions, or inters?
I mean, it looks like it. It looks like full wet conditions, but that's going to be difficult. But I don't know about you two, but I remember it was absolutely horrific around here with the rain. Don't know how you guys managed it, but it was awful.
Yeah,
try and keep it out the wall.
Surface is extremely slick around here, and it's just treacherous, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Keep it out the wall, and I think you should score some points. But one thing I hope Division 3 don't get is a virtual safety car. Because a lot of people, Division 2 last night, got caught out by that. Me, myself, personally. And had to come through for a drive-through. And that kind of screwed that over. It's
definitely an annoying one, VSC, because it's just trying to keep that delta, especially in the wet weather. It's just such a slow delta as well, so it's really difficult to keep below that delta, just keeping that green delta. But it's just really quite frustrating sometimes when I don't know about you, but I would much rather a safety car over a VSC any day. But it just turns out this game does obviously have VSCs, and whether or not we're going to get a couple, I hope, more safety cars than anything else.
Yeah, and just having a look into the race director, it does seem that it's full wet conditions. Every driver's on the wets, so it's going to be a race of attrition. This one, there'll be broken wings, crashes, you name it, it'll happen. And I imagine we'll see a variety of safety cars and virtual safety cars. It's just treacherous for these drivers, and making it through without a safety car, a virtual safety car, would be a miracle. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, just talking about the start though. Obviously, we've got a few minutes, or a minute or two left till we get going here. What's the best thing to do? Take it nice and easy, or are you gonna think about everyone gonna be doing that? So you might think I'll try and gain a few positions on the start.
Well, personally, I'd take it a bit slower, sort of build up to my speed. But there's definitely going to be some drivers further down the grid looking for this opportunity and thinking this is my chance, and I've got to take it. And yeah, we could see a few dive bombs on the first lap and a few spins maybe if people do take it over the line. Ramos?
Yeah, I mean, it's just trying to keep those tyres as well, not really wearing them too much, because you want to push, obviously, to just try and get a gap, but there is a fine margin to going quick and then ruining your tyres for the next couple of laps. So it's trying to find a really nice balance between that.
Yeah, it's good. It's what was which I can't remember. I think it was 2017, wasn't it? Where Sebastian Vettel, who else was it? Max Verstappen and Kimi Räikkönen had that accident into turn one. I'm kind of getting a bit of flashbacks to that. Personally, I don't know about you two.
Yeah, the 3-into-1. It is a bit of a natural squeezing point as into turn one. People will converge into the apex, and we could see a few as Max Verstappen found out with the two Ferraris on 2017.
Yeah, and it's just as soon as you get a broken front, especially in these weather conditions, it just goes downhill very quickly. So it's just trying to avoid any contact going into that turn one as well.
Yeah, one interesting thing will be to see how if there's a transition and whether or not anybody takes the gamble and see if it pays off.
Yeah, I think it's hard this track, isn't it? Because you don't really get a dry line because everyone's going so slowly around here. Like you have on these wet tyres especially, they clear so much water, but you have to be going so fast for it to work. So I think that is kind of in this game. So it is a struggle, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. They'll be crawling around here for the first few laps. I think a lot of them will be very tentative and just seeing where the grip is, and yeah, there'll be a lot of spray being kicked up as well because of how the cars work, and we'll see a few ducktails, and whether or not anyone gets distracted by that will be quite interesting to see.
Yeah, luckily, well, unfortunately, last night when we had full wets on, it was hard to see, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, there we go then. I believe our race is starting now. 20 seconds until the formation lap.
Ooh. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting start. Hopefully, on Division 3's sake, it gets dry at the end. But if the safety car comes in around that time, that could throw in the mix, I think.
Yeah, it will definitely bring some new contenders in as they pull away for their formation lap. We'll see if anyone sort of tries to push it a little and see whether or not they can find the grip. As already going wide at turn one, that's an indicator of how bad the conditions are for our Div 3 drivers.
Yeah, bit of a pain this. Driving the wet.
And again.
Pardon?
It's going to be really interesting to see what happens. And Division 3 always puts on a good show. Here at D6W and me have a great experience with Division 3. They usually put on a good show, don't you?
Yeah, just having a look through the grid trying to find these French-styled helmets. Yeah, Shadow Wolf got one, Dame Zero's got one. I think that is Pizza. I think he's got one. Try to make one anyway. But just looking at this formation lap, how he doesn't look fun.
I would not want to be in the seat of any of these cars at the moment, but if I had to choose, I'd definitely want to be in Massey's seat, because it's just horrendous in this row at the moment. And looking at the cars
AWS predicted pit stop strategy. Interesting one this. Wets to wets. So,
AWS, as always, the most helpful source on all things track, as we have our first retiree on the mission app.
is he hit the wall or back of it? No, I think he's hit the wall, because if you hit a drive, it gets you both out. Shadow will lose the back end.
Sorry, Zach is beast the Kai boy coming close to almost having blows there. So yeah, nearly come into contact. Just slamming on the brakes and locking up really if you've got an accident in front of you.
It's a shame we don't have the AWS what is it, tyre percentages, 'cause knowing that'd be wrong, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think at the moment they'd be on about 0%, which in AWS terms means there's no pace in them.
Oh!
So, yeah.
There's a Haas has just spun it. Who was that? That was Pizza who spun it in the tunnel, and he's held up everyone up. So, likes of Massey and Dame are going to be sat on that grid for ages. Because there's such a there's a fair bit of a gap there now, and they're like the game takes over when you come around the last corner to put you into the grid box. And Massey's already stopped on the grid and they're barely coming through the penultimate corner. That's going to be a blow.
Yeah, it's going to be a real blow for these people to see. Yeah, the temperatures will be dropping as we speak.
But
right
now
then.
the car's lining up. Wispy coming onto the back end of the grid, getting ready now for the lights out. Got to find a good position to look at. We ain't gonna get one. There we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go. Dame Zero and Massey get brilliant start. A few drivers back there getting good starts as well. McLaren's seen back there get good starts. Total Recall gets good jump. Dame Zero goes on to into P2 now. GR8 coming out of nowhere into P1. Massey dropping like a stone down into P4 now. Who else having a bit of contact in the back of the grid looks like there. As we're getting the AWS particulars. That's a McLaren round of fast scope. So he's lost that on turn 2. And he's hit the wall coming back onto the track. It looks like Total Recall's trying to get on the back of Dame Zero. Can he get this move done? No, he's not looking for it. Good work there, but someone is going to look for it. Is Massey. He's getting that move done. As that's there's a few cars round. That's a Merc round and I think a Williams, if I'm not wrong. As always, got to make sure he doesn't come back onto the track as everyone's fighting, jostling for positions. You hear cars hitting the walls. As that's a Red Bull of Arc going to go around the outside of the AlphaTauri of GR8 and gets a beautiful overtake there. Someone that's looking Pizza as well. He's going to send it up the inside. That's another great move. But unfortunately there for GR8, he's really struggling now. As the AlphaTauri is going to try and get past him into the chicane. Can he get this move done? Oh, as GR8's late on the brakes and just goes straight on. Not hitting the wall, luckily. And I think he might have a bit of damage, possibly, because he's going really slow there, or he's just struggling to find this grip underneath the wet conditions here at Singapore.
Yeah, really bad. Really interesting first lap there. There's some people definitely getting caught out by the. Someone else has spun. Will Howard. Yep. But yeah, getting caught out by the grip outside of turn 6 in the drive is deceptively good, but in the way it just goes away from you and you're not expecting it. Is that someone else in the barrier? GR8?
Yeah, that's a
They've
big shame.
just dumped it there in the barrier of infamous from Div 2 last year. I don't know whether any of the viewers will remember that. Will Howard's just
Will Howard out?
Virtual safety car.
The virtual safety car. We talked about this before the race. You gotta love it.
Yeah, the people with wing damage will definitely be thanking that, and they'll be coming in to repair any damage that they've got to their car. Zach's Beast is
I think gone down the escape road, yeah. just before the tunnel. I'm not 100% sure what corner number it is, but he's had to go down the escape road, not getting the braking point correct, and I think he got damage from that.
Yeah, it's that is a hectic first lap that we've just watched there, and 3 people in the pits apparently, according to Codemasters, but the order is extremely bad, so we'll just see how it falls out.
Yeah, just have to wait.
Bear with us a second, viewers.
We'll it's got a few penalties. Dame and Beardo Wills get penalties, so that might be a sorry, yeah, Dame Zero and Beardo get penalties. So is that? I think that's a drive-through penalty from the virtual safety car.
Yeah, I believe that's the same as what. Yeah, it's a drive-through from the safety car, and that's really going to negatively affect Dame Zero's race there, as he's got the lead of the race by quite a comfortable margin there. Codemasters is to be believed, we have about a 2-second margin between these two, and he'll be ruining the fact that he maybe went a bit too aggressive there after the
Here we go.
Restart.
Yeah, come back on. So I'm just going to quickly talk about the winners and the losers from this. So we've got Dame Zero obviously gained a position, Recall that gained 3 positions, so getting a really good start there. But looking a bit further back, Teo Taui, we've been watching him for his career, me and Ramos have, here at ERN, and he has gained 11 positions off the start.
Yeah, talk about one of the real winners at the start. He's definitely made a good gain there. The 2 racing points have both made a good gain there, both gaining more than 10 as Dame comes into service drive-through. Yeah, the racing point team is definitely going to be thanking that first lap bit of chaos.
Yeah, unfortunate about that drive-through is you've only got 3 laps to serve it, so you can't try and push as hard as possible and then serve it at the end. You got to serve it within 3 laps. There's Massey getting past Crowding Door there, I believe. Crowding gets a bit squiggly on the back, but Dame coming out the pits now. He's going to be fighting with Big G now. Big G's going to look for this position overtake. Can he get this done? Oh, Dame loses the back end, and that's him into the wall, just coming out of a drive-through penalty. And he done a bit Sebastian Vettel there, lost the back end and hit the wall, losing his front wing. Big shame there.
Yeah, just rubbing salt into the wound there. Really going to be annoyed at that. He might have to come in if he's got any wing damage, but yeah, really bad start to the race there. Getting a drive through and then spinning into the wall when on the rejoin. Not going to be a fun place to be there. I believe that is some left end plate damage.
He's lost both his end plates and a bit of his front wing. But when I did my drive-through penalty yesterday, I did find the tyres didn't work after. They just felt so warm, and you just couldn't get. A strange thing to say for Singapore. You couldn't get any heat in them. It's just such a struggle.
Yeah, it's a bit of an odd one really. The tyres just feel a bit odd because you're running at so high temperatures most of the time, and you come into the pit, you lose about 10 or so degrees, and the tyres just feel completely different. And it's just it's an odd experience coming out of the pits on new or used tyres. As you can attest to there.
Yeah, there's someone off that arc, I believe it is. He's gone off, and just hitting the wall. Maybe not getting his braking point right and just locking up, but he's going really slow now, so I think he might have a bit of wing damage coming around here. Yeah, he's lost his front right end plate and the top of that front wing. But luckily Red Bull gives you wings.
Yeah, it's not a good start for the Red Bull boys. It's been I think Ramos has another tidbit of information again, if you'd like to come through with that.
Yeah, just thought I'd like you guys to go and have a look at Massey and Dame. Just at the moment in the standings, they're only separated by 14 points for the championship lead. So this could change the outcome of the championship winner, because looking at the race so far, Massey's got up by a hell of a lead over Dame with a bit more points. And I think if they finish as they are now, Massey will take the lead of the championship.
Yeah, a bit of quick maths here from your second commentator anthem. Massey will take the lead in the championship by 4 points. Has 18 points for second place. Depends on whether or not he'll get past that, but yeah, so he'll take the lead by 4 points. The 18-point gap over Dame at the moment, but Dame will definitely be making a charge as we've seen in previous weeks.
Yeah, that's really spiced up the grid here now. Well, thanks for that, Ramos. That's given us something to talk about with Massey in second and Dame Zero all the way down in 14th position. That's going to be, if you're sitting in Dame Zero's seat, that's going to be a bit of a blow, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be a real blow. He's going to know the situation with the championship. Definitely drives smart, knowing what the championship standings are, and we'll probably have someone feeding you information about where Matty is, and we'll know the situation. And there's going to be a charge on, and Dame can definitely deliver these. A quick driver in normal scenarios, and coming from 14th, he'll the red mist will have descended.
Yeah, just I'm on board with Big G now. He's got Wispy in front of him that's not in the lobby, so I don't know if Anthem you want to try and get him back in. But his AI car's running around in P9s, he's just been overtaken by Big G, so that's gained him another point from P10 to P9. So he'll be saying thank you very much for that one. But there's a bit of a battle going on. The battle for third place? No, second actually. Because Massey's he's got 5.8 seconds now to total recall in front, and steaming ahead in first position with his clean air. As we've got a safety car. What's happened there? Shadow Wolf. I think Shadow Wolf's lost it. On the oh yeah, that's a huge crash there.
Oh. So Dame's taking the advantage, taking the opportunity to come to the pits, put on a fresh set of inters. There we go. That's our first inter runner.
I think. Over to inters. Yeah, I saw RRF1. He went on the inters, I believe.
Yeah, Wills
same
as
time.
well.
So obviously the conditions are good enough out there for the inters, and the good old Jeff is in saying that's the best thing to do right now. But a few people decide not to go on those inters, maybe not feeling it is dry enough. Yeah, dry enough.
Yeah, I think the people further back will be taking a risk here by coming in, but recoil has come in. So yeah, I think that the strategy has now turned towards inters.
I think he just got held up by his teammate. Beardo Wills. Yeah, he got held up by his teammate a little bit because the F1 game for some reason doesn't like that double stack, and he's just coming out the pit lane now. And I think he was there for a good few seconds. We'll have to wait when he comes out the pit lane, see how long that was.
Massey's jumped him.
Massey.
Big news there. Massey has managed to overtake recoil in the pits.
So that's improved Massey, especially with this championship for Dame and him. Kind of a bit of a crossing point now. He's up into, well, I'd say net P1 cars in front haven't pitted yet on the hard. So hard? I'm not saying hard. The wets.
Yeah, that's a game breaker there. We'll see how Massey is off the restart. One thing we haven't touched on yet is the wet and dry setup that they may be using. So it could be interesting to see whether or not Massey may have a dry setup, and maybe someone like Recon might have something a bit more biased towards the wet. And that could be, and it could mean that we could have a very sort of like spectrum of different paces throughout the grid, depending on how people meet tests. Yeah, so it's going to really spice up the race.
Yeah, something I've got to smile at is Wispy in P3, and he's not even in the lobby. So yeah, I'm doing a brilliant job there for it. Racing point. But something actually Massey, because Wispy's not really here. we'll just take him out of the equation for a second. But Beardo Wills is in between him and Kylie Boy. He is his teammate, luckily. But could that affect him if he can't get past? Because sometimes the safety car is a bit iffy, saying no, we're not going to let you through to unlap yourself.
Yeah, a bit of codemasters there, but we deal with what we're given, and yeah, I think the wet drivers, the drivers on the wet, will probably come in soon. Whether or not the AI makes that decision, but yeah.
Sorry, just coming back to that, as you said, there was a Beardo Wills who's stuck in the middle of some of the
Yes.
faster cars. We had a similar situation in Hungary with Division 3. There was a very similar situation where there were, I think, 2 of the McLarens who have been lapped but were stuck in the safety car, and it cost those people so much time just being behind them trying to unlap them.
Yeah, sorry there. I remember that happening at Silverstone Dame as well, because
Yeah.
the car just slows down so much, and you can't overtake it till you get to the line. I think he lost 1 or 2 positions out of it.
Yeah, so it's going to be a massive letdown for people who are behind Beardo Wills, so we'll see how that turns out.
Just to interject here, Beardo Wills has just come into the pits, so he's. I think he was serving a 5-second penalty, got speeding.
Yeah, there's
So,
actually
yeah,
no
it'll
penalties.
manage
There's,
behind.
well, there's 2 really. There's a 5-second for Fin 2 Racing and a 5-second for Arc, and DT for Pizza and Beardo Wheels. So I don't know if that
Beardo Wills has just spun out the pits.
just to top it off.
That'll be those cool tyres, yeah. So yeah, there'll be definitely a process of working out where the grip is again. You know, forget everything you just learned on the wets. These drivers are going to be completely new territory on these inters. We'll be figuring out how quick they can go on them.
Yeah.
Something we can just crack on to quick. Teo Taui currently leading the race, but he's on 6-lap old wet. So
He needs to get off of those ASAP, because those aren't going to last much longer, and obviously with the Inters, I'm assuming being the quicker compound, because it seems like the rest of the grid has moved on to the Inters, but I think it was Anthem, you stayed on, stayed on the Inters or something like that, on the wet, was it?
Yeah,
In the
stayed on
transition
the wet.
phase, and you dropped like a stone, you lost so much time. So whether or not that's going to happen with their I think it will more than likely. So I think he may have hindered his race by quite a bit by doing that.
Yeah, if my experiences are to be trusted, and it was a bit get towards dry, but in the end it was about a 6-second per lap difference. So the wets just cannot hold up against the inters on this sort of condition road. So it'll be interesting to see how Taui deals with that. Dropping back a little safety car. And Ron Q. Indeed, been listening to the stream. There you go, Ramos.
for once, people take his Ramos's advice. That'd be a first, wouldn't it?
Scathing there from your lead commentator.
Yeah, there's a few people actually pit, so I don't know if they've damaged the wings on the safety cars. We've got a lot of penalties all of a sudden. So I don't know where this has come from. That's just appeared all of a sudden. So many, how many penalties? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 penalties.
Yeah,
So-
I think there must have been a bit of a stack up somewhere that just sort of caused an incident, and a few people will get 5 seconds, which are a bit bad in this game on the safety car, because there's just, if you hit somebody, you get a 5 second, no matter whether or not you're guilty of it, it just gives you them. So it's a bit iffy, to be honest.
Yeah, so I think the safety car should be coming in this lap, shouldn't it? You know, a few people like GR8 and Arca way back there. They're coming now through in Sector 3, and the pack is almost, it's just coming out of Sector 2 nearly. So, big gap there, so I don't think they will catch up. Someone that might catch up is Kylie Boy. he's still a good few fair back there, so he's going to be racing to the grid, isn't he?
Yeah. Just to say, Bitter Wills, he's managed to do 5 pit stops in the space of 6 laps, and he's been definitely showing his anger in the Division 3 chat.
Oh, he's lost it! He caught it though. I don't know if he's damaged his front wing. No, he hasn't. He got lucky there, but he's on the runoff area.
Right on cue. Right on cue. The safety car is in this lap. Safety car is in. So here we go then. We'll go back racing on lap 8.
Crack the fingers. Stretch a quick. There we go. But these tyres are going to be cold. People aren't going to be able to weave as much as you would in the dry, so I can see a few people spinning.
Yeah, it's going to be even. It's going to be, and these are unknown conditions, as I touched on earlier. So these drivers are going to be in the in the dark on how to drive here, and yeah. So we'll see how this affects them. And, yeah, here we go then.
Yeah, I think that's Massey's gone. Yeah, he's gone now, just before the last corner. But someone that's right on the back of him is Total Recall. Sorry, ERN Recall. And he's by side of him already, going down into turn 1. Can he get this move done? Looking up the inside, he's late on the brakes. That's a good work there from him to get up into P1 early on in this race. Wispy getting overtaken, and he goes into ghost mode. Thankfully, avoiding a collision there with Big G, and that could have been a big one in the Haas. We've seen that already. But everyone's keeping it rather clean back of the grid. Beardo Will's pitting once again, and no one's spun yet. And I think there's a little bit of overtaking going on back here. Someone that's dropping down is Wispy. He's struggling a little bit there. I don't know if he just hasn't got a good restart. The tyres are too cold, but no one looking for a move down yet, and they're all just kind of keeping it. But Fintu Racing is right on the back of Massey. Massey just went a little bit wide there, but he got a good exit. So he's got plenty of grip, and I think that is Beardo Wheels has spun out of the pits once again. So his race is going from bad to worst. I'm not sure how many pit stops he's done, so it's going to be a new world record at this rate. But Recall's gained on Massey. He's pulled 1.5 seconds already, and it's not even been the full lap yet. Oh, it's Fintu Racing just looking Massey. I think he might have made a little bit of a mistake there, maybe just losing the back end. But a big gap all the way down to Kylie Boy, 3 seconds now. So he's kind of running this. Packer's always gone a bit wide. Is this going to give the Alfa Romeo Zaka's Beast the opportunity to look up the inside? No, it doesn't, but the Haas drivers behind him may be looking to team up here and try and get past these two drivers, because there is 3.4 seconds now. Oh, there's a Haas driver. Is he going to go for it? Oh, he's looking there. Was a bit contact. Braked early enough just to kind of get out of that move, because I think that wouldn't have worked either way. 2 into 1 there isn't going to work, unfortunately, there. But I think that's kind of the grid settled down a little bit now.
Yeah, settled down could ever be used about into the race at Singapore, as I believe someone's just dived into the pits. That's Peter. Bit of wing damage there, so I think he might get held up there in sector 3 and maybe got something. So we coming in and repairing that. Yeah, it's a hectic start again. Yeah, definitely some battle packs forming.
Yeah, Zaka's Beast just getting past Kylie there in the Merc, so I don't know if he's struggling. He may have had a bit of he's got his front wing, so he hasn't tapped the wall. Big G close behind him now, but not being able to get that move done down the straight. But there's a little bit of training
just circling on the back of Redmond at the moment. All over the back of him, just looking for a move at the moment. Definitely trying to push. Be applying the pressure.
Yeah, just going back previously, Fintu Racing and Massey's lost 2 seconds now to ERN Recall in front. And you got Fintu Racing behind, 5 tenths, crowding door, and McLaren with the RF1. So there's a little bit of a train going on. Could this mean Massey's under a lot of pressure with these 3 cars behind him, looking maybe a little bit quicker at this point in the race?
Yeah, Massey could be running one of those dry setups that's just incompatible with the rain. because Matty is our pole sitter from previously, but clearly not feeling the rain at the moment. So will definitely be one of those drivers hoping for the transition to dry to come. Maybe not been benefited too well from the rain as he dropped back by about 3 seconds now.
As recourse as fastest lap away, 1 minute 57.5. Good work there from him.
Big G's just run wide there.
Yeah, so just catching on that. Him and the Merc of who's that? That's Redman. As looks like Dame Zero's maybe trying to get his nose in to have a bit of a sniff there, but the Merc gets that done beautifully up the inside there. But Dame Zero's gonna have to. Oh! There's a big accident there. Oh, and he's hit. Oh, Redman. Sorry, who was that? That was the Haas hit the Merc. And the Merc came back across, obviously not being able to control his car, and hit Dame Zero.
Wow. Drama there. Stewards are going to be busy from what happened there. But
That was
yeah,
Big G,
so,
I think, wasn't it?
yeah, I didn't really catch it, to be honest, but it's, yeah, I believe that was Big G. Yeah, absolute chaos here in Division 3 at the moment. Dame Zero getting more wing damage. And I think Kylie Boy has benefited out of that really well, coming from about 4 places.
Oh!
And,
There's Redman now. Towie was looking up the inside and he just didn't give the room. And well, Towie could have backed out. It's not up to me to say, but and just squeezed him and he almost lost and spun.
and the VSC is out.
Yeah, absolutely mad stuff again from Division 3. Obviously, the drivers really showing to us how difficult these conditions are today. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised we haven't had too many safety cars, but I've just had a look and it's only lap 11. It feels like it's been an eternity, but I mean, for those drivers, it's definitely gone quite quickly.
Yeah, someone's vocal cords are going to be really feeling it at the moment.
I'm already feeling
So
it.
yeah, we'll see how that. We'll give you updates throughout the race on how those are, and see whether or not they can make it to the end.
I can't believe it's only lap 12 of 31. We've got
Yeah.
19 laps to go.
I was just writing my notes down and I was like, I've written one on every lap, it's only lap 10? Oh.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we don't have a Ted's notebook, we have a Ramos's notebook here.
Rams's notebook. I'll post them on the general chat.
Yeah, as the track is green again now, so
Oh,
drive
here we go
using
then.
this opportunity.
Vinci Racing.
Racing, yeah, sorry, yeah. But he's going to look up the inside. Looks like he just got the jump on Massey there. He's going to send it up the inside. Is he going to be on the brakes? Yes, he is. That's a beautiful move there, getting that braking pinpoint perfect. And this train carrying on. It. Don't think there was many penalties under that VSC. But Redman is trying to gain maybe after that accident he had with Big G going into the back of him. But it's so hard to overtake round here. Oh,
Yeah.
Kylie Boy just goes a bit deep there, and I think he's under a lot of pressure now, Kylie Boy, from the cars behind. With Teo Tawi looking to try and get past Dame Zero. Oh, and Dame's going quite slow there. He's going to look up the inside. Can he get this move done? He's been there before and almost got spun. They're side by side now into the chicane. They're going to give each other the room and the respect. And Teo Tawi gets that move done beautifully, but Dame Zero's coming right back at him. He's not going to let this youngster get one on him. And he's still got his nose in there, Dame Zero has. Who's going to be better on the traction? As we see the Merc and in front, getting that move done. Yeah, he gets that move done on Kylie Boy. And Teo Tawi gets that move done eventually. And could Big G now try and get his nose in, get that position, but no, he doesn't.
Brilliant side-by-side racing there from Division 3. That was exceptional. Dame Zero putting up some fight with his broken wing. And yeah, Tawi managed to make an excellent move there.
Yeah, that's hard to go side by side around this track. It's hard enough in the dry, let alone the wet. But
Yeah.
they offer points for business. They're there for points positions, and Dame isn't really scoring any points at this moment of time. So he's really got to get past Tawi to have less points, getting reducted from Massey in his championship.
Yeah, I mean, Teotari once again really proving himself. Although being a new driver, being Dame in a little one-on-one race around here, I mean, that's great stuff from Teotari again.
Yeah, Tao was looking maybe to go around the outside of Kylie Boy, but he was right on the back of him down the straight. And I don't think he had to lift off the throttle a little bit there just to make sure he didn't go in the back of him. Because that can be something that happens around here, because everyone has different preferences of braking points. But he just can't get that move done.
An interesting point to make here is that the two Williams seem to both be forming trains at the moment. Massey, as we touched on a little earlier, is dropping off the back of Fin2 Racing, who's starting to close the gap to recoil. And Kylie Boy has got Tally all over the back of him with the Dame Zero on his tail. On their tail, sorry. And yeah, we'll see how this progresses, but we've got two Williams-led trains at the moment that are navigating their way around the circuit. And it's yeah, really spicing up the action here in Singapore.
Yeah, really spicy. Something I am keeping an eye on though is Teotari and Dame Zero, because they seem to be really close to each other. One will make a mistake, then the other will catch and maybe look for a move, and then the other will make a mistake. Rico sets the fastest lap, and then Fin2 Racing sets the fastest lap in 1:56.7. It's good laps there, especially for in the wet.
Crowding's come in. It'll be interesting to see what tyres they go on to.
The track does look quite dry around there. It stopped raining from our point of
That
view.
is a pair of. Here we go then. That's a pair of hards. Those will be going to the end, and Crowding has been the first driver to pull the trigger. Dame Zero coming in as well, Big G as well. All the strategy is pretty coming in here. We'll see whether or not they made the right call.
Yeah, just on board with Crowding door now. He gets a fair bit of wheel spin coming out that pit. It's a bit of a tricky pit lane exit, this one. Got to make sure you don't cross over. But he keeps that going well. It looks like he's got... All the tyres are a bit cold. Someone's going on the medium, a Big G. That I think might be a better call to do right now, go on those mediums, because the track's going to be so cold from where it's been wet. So I'm not sure about the hards. I don't know about you guys, but
I think it's the right call. If you could take these to the end, you're going to be in a really good position. And an interesting thing here is Fin2 Racing right on the back of recoil. The gap that's just been so dominant for the past few laps. Well, past few laps, it's felt like an eternity to be honest. But
yeah,
the gap has just come down immensely. And Fin2 Racing is yeah, putting up a fight for the lead.
yeah. So it'll be interesting to see if these leaders pit of recall, because if he pits, obviously Fin2 Racing will pit, Massey will pit, VRF1 will pit. Maybe those lot have caught. Yes, recall is going to the pits and vice versa. Oh, I can't say the word. No.
Vice versa.
Yes, yeah. I was
go.
trying to say some sort of technical word and it didn't work for me, unfortunately. But,
Unfortunately, you're not coached in the ways of Latin.
but the pit lane's busy now. We saw that yesterday in Division 2. Everyone pitted to go on to the new compounds of tyres, especially the dry tyres, which is happening here again. And I'm seeing a lot of penalties going. There's the 5-second time penalties, maybe from speeding in the pit lane. It's come off, but someone that's staying out is VRF1 or Redmond. He's gone up into P1, but he's on those inters still, just in front of recoil. So it is going to be this is a good opportunity now to see yeah, those hards look much quicker.
I don't know whether Crowding has benefited from their early strategy there, but they're in 7th after all of that. It's just filed out now. Yeah, it's really interesting to see whether Massey can start gathering their pace now in the dry and mount a challenge for first and try and change that lead that Recoil's got behind the Inter runner.
Diaz though is at that dry setup on that you mentioned he could do earlier. This is really going to benefit him. He's going to have so much more
Recoil
pace.
is really stacked up here behind Redmond.
Yeah, he's got to get this move done as that's GR8 down the escape road just in front there. Reconnected as a bit of lag spike there. And he gets that move done down the straight. Good work there. So much more grip these compounds. Tyres. Oh, gee! Fin2 Racing got all the braking wrong there and went straight on into the wall. I don't know how he doesn't have any damage. Is that seat? Oh dear.
Okay, I'll carry on commentating here as Massey has now closed the gap here. Fin2 Racing is still, D6W touched on there. Its wing damage is amazingly just, there's still a wing, and that's impressive. Slackest Beast right on the back of them, capitalising on the mistake there they put in. And yeah, there's definitely a lot of runners in this Redmond pit. Massey now has a 5.2 second lead there, so Redmond has held up Recall quite a treat there, and Massey will be thanking him as they now come into lap 16. Massey will be on the check. A really nice race for the second half. Interesting to see whether it stays dry or not, but yeah, there's a big pack forming behind Massey, but interestingly their pace doesn't seem too bad, so it seems like Fin2 Racing on the hards has got really good pace in the race, and the two medium runners behind him are doing even better on the two mediums. So yeah, it's all to play for at the moment for second place. We'll see whether or not that comes down to first, but yeah, that gap's remaining relatively stable at the moment. But yeah, interesting stuff here from Division 3. That dry crossover has really scrambled up how it's worked.
Yes, I'm back in the lobby now, thankfully. Just getting all the telemetry up.
There's Big G prepares to make a move here on Kylie Boy, backing out a little sensibly there. Wolf squeezes in on the inside. As Fin2 Racing has been overtaken by Zacchaeus Beast. There we go, that is the move for third. So yeah, they're all going to be swarming over Massey. And seeing whether or not, because those two on the mediums there, Zacchaeus Beast and VRF1, are both going to be looking in order to see whether or not they can take advantage of the two hard runners in front of them. Trying to improve the situation.
Does the fastest lap of 1:45, so really good work there from him getting that done. So he's really on the charge right now. He's on the back of Massey. So Massey maybe not running that dry setup that we thought. He has really good straight line speed, I'm noticing, but can't get past even with DRS. But he's gaining at a rate of knots now. Zacchaeus Beast is, but he can't get that straight line speed. Oh, there's some McLaren's going for a move from Fin2 Racing there. Yeah. He goes around the outside, I believe that was, or holds it around the outside, and keeps that move done as Tower gets a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, that's another clip for the stewards there. I think there's a bit of argy-bargy into turn 6 there. So, yeah, that was definitely a lot of wheel tapping there, but we'll see whether or not that's deemed illegal by the stewards later on.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen a lot of penalties coming now to play. So, obviously, these drivers not having to turn in as early as you do in the wet, but someone that's going to send it up the inside is VRF1 as Fin2 Racing. Oh, there's still a bit of contact there. I think he moved under braking there. That was, if you caught that. Oh, he's hit him again.
Oh, it's getting really, really out here. So, yeah, what that is.
I think VRF1's been a little bit impatient here, but because he's going really quickly right now on these medium compounder tyres, and you might need to bide his time and just do it down the straight. Save yourself, mate, because luckily you don't have any damage on your front wing, but that could have been much worse as you hit the back of him twice.
Yeah, one person will be licking their lips at the start of this battle and will be ERN crowding. Sitting off just about a second off, they'll be looking to try and get DRS and close up and pick up the pieces from the scrap in front.
Yeah, VRF1 now, he's got the main straight, he gets the exit he needs, DRS is open, overtake enabled. He ain't got much of it, he's only got 3%. But looking to the right now, looking to the left, which way is he going to go? He's going to go round the outside. Oh, and there's contact! He turns in too early and hits the Renault with Fin2 Racing, spinning him round. Big shame there. Just went in too hot, I think.
That was, yeah, that was a real move. I think there was a bit of impatience on the side of BRF1 there, but yeah, that was a very rough sequence there. A lot of wheel banging and yeah, Vintage Racing came out of that, but yeah, definitely the worst there.
Yeah, someone that is looking to make a bit of amends on this is Crowd Indoors. He's got DRS on VRF1 now, but he hits the back of him. Oh, everything's going on here in Division 3 today.
Yeah, no wing damage, luckily, as it can happen. But yeah, those two I think are unscathed. Can't be said about Fin2 Racing, but Dame Zero should benefit from that wing damage.
Just go look at Zaki's beast. He's right on the back of Massey now, but he just can't get the move done. He's been sat here for a while now, but Massey's just got that straight line speed. Even with DRS, he can't get past.
Yeah, see, I may have been wrong about the dry setup, but it's definitely got some speed in the straights. But Zaka's Beast does look like they have a bit more ERS here, so it's something to play a little later on. They'll be trying to whittle down Massey's ERS and try and just play the long game. Although when we send these put on the mediums, maybe, which might go off.
Yeah, definitely. Well, these two don't have penalties, luckily, but if VRF1 catches up to him, they don't really have to worry about him, because he does have a time penalty. I'm not 100% sure what time penalty is, if it's 3 seconds or 5 seconds, but they won't really have to worry about him.
Yeah, just going to interrupt a little here, but Crowding has actually come into the pits as well. So, although we think they didn't have wing damage, I think they actually might have with that contact into the back of the RF1. And so Dame Zero, instead of gaining 1 from the wing damage of Fin2 Racing, is gained 2. So yeah.
There's Redmond is really hustling that car around the streets here tonight, and he's right on the back of Kylie Boy. And he's just got he looks so much more comfortable in those mediums than Kylie Boy does on those hards.
Yeah, they've definitely managed to crawl their way up to the back of Carly, and we'll see whether or not they can make it through. Making it to the back of someone and actually passing. They're two different things here at Singapore. Yeah, it's a difficult circuit to pass on. So we should see.
They're just on board with Zaki's Beast now. He's trying as hard as possible to get on the back of Massey to get this move done from P2, but he just can't get it done. His Turtle does a 144.
Redmond's just binned it. Oh, that's the full wing off. I think I've just put the knackers on them, and that's going to bring out a virtual safety car. The entire wing assembly has just flown off the front of that Mercedes. Whoa.
Yeah, big
wow.
shame.
And they've not come in. Or maybe they have. Yeah, just a bit of understeer there. Yeah, so Crowding's just gained a position there, and they'll be on the charge on those fresh mediums.
Definitely. If anyone has pitted, I don't think the guys in front could have pitted, but if they could have pitted then, that would have helped them, because that's basically a free pit stop, because the whole grid's slowed down as we go green again here. But we've got our own little battles going on. Like, we've got a battle for P5 with Turtari and Dame Zero. Turtari looking really strong around here tonight. I think he made a mistake earlier that just cost him a few positions. We've got Zaki's Beast and Massey, and Crowd Indoor and Kylie Boy. Got their own little separate battles going on.
Yeah, three brilliant battles to keep track of, because Crowding's definitely going to be on a charge on those mediums. Freshly out of the pits, the red mist has descended, and very close there. Definitely not going to let my driver send that, but yeah.
Always gets much better exit. Is he going to look up to go around the outside? Yes, he is, with that French-styled helmet for Roman Grosjean. Is he going to look around the outside? Yes, he is. I think there's a bit of contact. And he misses the wall and keeps that one out and gets that position done. Whew.
Yeah, more contact there with Crowding, but fortunately no wing damage for either party, and Crowding can now go on their way. And yeah, so that was a bit of contact there, but neither coming off with wing damage, luckily.
Yeah, something just to look at is Turtari. He's only got 9% in his ERS, and Dame Zero's got 60%. So there's a
Yeah,
big
but
difference there.
Dame Zero might not know this, so there'll be a little bit of pressure here from Towie. I think they set a purple first sector there,
Yeah, they did.
right on the back of Dame.
Yeah, currently Totawi challenging this championship lead at the moment. We've got 10 laps left of the race to go. Finally.
Yes, I believe that Dame Zero should hold on to their championship lead at the moment. Ooh, Towie picks up a 3-second penalty. It's going to be annoying. So Towie's now accrued 9 seconds worth, while Dame has only got 3. So yeah. As well as the tyre difference, there's a big penalty discrepancy here between the two drivers. But undeterred, I think Towie would still be pushing forwards, looking good on those mediums still.
Yeah, definitely. Zacky's beat is right on the back of Massey still, but he can't get that move done. He's just so quick and straight, Massey is. Don't know where he's getting it from. Obviously the setup, but God.
Yeah, there may be a bit of a FIA investigation into what's in the back of that Williams, because it seems to be an absolute rocket ship down the boulevard. So yeah, so I think Zacky's Beast might be feeling a bit of tyre wear on those mediums that maybe Massey doesn't have. So yeah, those mediums might be going off, and we'll see whether or not they were the right decision in the Inter to Slicks crossover.
Yes, Grandor actually does the fastest lap of 1:39.1, so good work there from him. So he's really pushing now on these medium compounder tyres. He's trying to catch Big G as a yellow flag, and that's GR8 off once again. It's not been his race, is it? I don't know how many times I've seen him off.
Yeah, it's just been a bit of one of those to forget, really. I think they'll be, learning what they can from it, but really just moving on and looking forward to Russia, really.
Yeah, just quickly go over to Russia. What do you think about that track? I personally, I don't like it.
I don't know if you know my personal opinion, but I love Russia. I absolutely love the circuit. It's terrible for overtaking, but that's one of those things I just I seem to gel with it. A bit like Singapore, really, but
I'm agreeing with that thing. Yeah, I love it. I really do.
Not gonna lie, Ramos, you just scared the hell out of me. Got your ear.
Yeah, I do apologise. I'm still.
the phantom of the commentary box.
Yeah, absolute crazy stuff again from the Division 3, as it always seems to be down in this lower division. But they do usually put on a show, and today they did put on a show with really quite a mix of weather strategies coming into play. But just looking at what is happening in the standings, if Massey and Dame finish where they are, Massey will still be behind, but will close that gap to Dame massively by getting quite a few points in them.
Yeah, it's GR8. He's gone down the escape road again.
Yeah, we'll divert attention from that as the other AlphaTauri is on the back of the hat of Big G. ERN crowding, starting to make a bit of gains here.
Yeah, this is the DRS slipstream. Oh, he just tapped the back of him. He's going to look around the outside. Can he get this move done? Oh, he's turned in, but there's contact, but he gets pushed out wide there by Big G. But I think he kind of had the rights to do as he had the race in line.
Spin2 Racing makes a move there on Kylie Boy, going in deep, but no contact there at least.
Yeah, but this is where Crowden's kind of got to bide his time, isn't he? Because if you can sit around here and wait for that opportunity for them to make a mistake, you can make so much time. Because Ramos, you were stuck behind me yesterday, and I don't think you liked it, did you?
No, not one bit. Because I was trying to catch the guy in front, trying to get in his 6-second gap, but 30 years is a massive thing around here.
Yeah,
Crowden makes a brilliant move.
Gets that move done around the outside, going down into the last DRS straight. Good work there from him.
Yeah, nice little sweeping move there around the outside of Big G. They'll be starting to move on, having 5 lap pressure mediums. They'll definitely have a little more pace in the tyre.
Yeah, as Dame Zero's just slapped his teammate of arc, so bit of an Alex Albon and Max Verstappen moment there.
But one very interesting thing to note here is that I think it is time for the medium-hard crossover. Zach is Beast has fallen outside that second of DRS, and I don't think they're starting to gain it. So wasting their tyres in a dirty area are massive, unfortunately. We'll definitely have to see whether or not they make a pit stop. GR8 retired in the pits.
Yeah, it's not been his race, is it?
Unlucky. Hopefully you have a good one next time. That's all I can say, really.
Yeah, it's finally got a helicopter shot off. How beautiful that look. Oh. But Arc down in P14. There's a little bit of a train here. P14 with Kylie Boy and Wispy.
So yeah, the gap's starting to spread out a little here. Yeah, Arc in the closest gap here.
Yeah, with 6 more laps left in this race, is Kylie Boy's going quicker on those hard compound tyre, goes 1900s quicker in that middle sector. So obviously he's still got plenty of pace on those tyres.
Yeah.
But Big G, sorry about this, he's got no penalties. So could he do a jump maybe? Because he's 3 seconds behind crowding door. I'm not 100% sure what penalty wise is. Just going to flick over to that now. Yeah, Crandall's got 3 seconds. Towi's got 9 seconds. Dame 3. So if Big G can catch up to the back of this lot, he may be looking on for 6th possibly. Yeah, 6th position. That could be something to watch out for. Zark gets a move done on Kylie to get that move done and up into P13. But ERN Recall's had such a dominant race, hasn't he? Hampton. Ramos. Seems like I've lost my commentators. Yes. No reply from them, so unfortunately I'm on my own. So Zach is Beast P3. Oh, hello. Lag spike there, got nothing. He's got 5 laps left in his race, and these medium compounds looks like they're going off for Zacky's Beast. So Massey's kind of got the all clear now. But could Massey's tyres be critical? Because how high tyre wear is around here? Because not yet, but when you come to 15 laps on those mediums, could they be very worn and maybe cause him an accident with either a puncture or he just has too much wear and loses back end. Yeah, definitely. It's a bit hard to tell where people are at the minute. Dame Zero's right, sorry not Dame, ERN crowding is right on the back of Towi with much more grip on these 6-lap-old mediums compared to him on 10-lap-old mediums. So he's going to try and think about getting the move done maybe, and try and 16 seconds to Dame in front of Towi, so Unfortunately, I don't think he will catch up as Terry decides to box. So, is he going to come in for a soft compound tyres maybe? Dame actually is right on the back of VRF1 now. So he's going to be fine for 4th position. And obviously, these hard tyres worked for him. I was debating it when they first crossed over, but it's worked for him, hasn't it? Someone else to look at is Fin2 Racing and Big G. Those two are right behind each other, only 3 tenths separating those two. So, Fin2 Racing on 7 lap and Big G on 12 lap old medium. So, fair bit difference there in between tyre wear. And this could really play in if he looks for the move, with Division 3 being known for their overtakes. If there's a gap, they will take it, that's for sure. You had your moment of glory there for a nice quote from Senna and you ruined it. You bottled it. But yeah, I think you did get it right in the end. If I'm not even going to bother. I'm not going to make a fool of myself now. But someone looking for a fastest lap maybe, Terry on these soft compounded tyres. So he's going to go for that fastest lap in 10th place to try and get 2 points, because I believe you do get 2 points. Well, you get 1 point for fastest lap. Is it 1 point for 10th place, Ramos? I'll take that as a yes. But not much going on really in a minute. He's joining us. Fin2 Racing, as I say that, Fin2 Racing's right on the back of Big G. Looking left, right, he's going to go left. Going to send it up the inside. Can he get this move done? Yes, he can. He gets it braked in time. The Haas just can't get that move done back on him to get that switchback done. So, unfortunate for them, loses position. Fin2 Racing up into P7. Someone now to watch though is Dame Zero, currently P5 after having a bit of a... He had a drive-through penalty after a VS6 start, unfortunately dropping him down right to the back of the grid. And he's managed to climb his way all the way back up into P5, and he's right on the back of P4 now, VRF1. I think this is his highest scoring position so far as VRF1, but it's a bit slow on the exit. And is Dame Zero going to go up the inside? Yes, he is. He's going to be late on the brakes. Going to get this move done as VRF1 didn't really know he was there apparently, and just turned in on him. Yeah, sorry guys, but ERN Massey, he's P2, and he's got a 3-second time penalty now, and Zakis Beast is only 4.1 seconds behind. So it is time to push now, with 2 laps left, to see if he can break that into that 3 seconds maybe, or is it a bit too late? I think there's a bit of internet problems here with commentary, but ERN Recall leading quite happily with 7.5 seconds, 7.5 second gap to the cars behind. So pretty sure he's got a solid win here at Singapore. Hopefully didn't jinx that one, but it's just been a difficult race for a lot of drivers around here. There's that's crowd indoor damaging his front wing, front right end plate. That's a big shame there from him. So does he decide to throw it in the pits maybe? No, he doesn't. He carries on with his wing damage and hopes that it doesn't affect him too much. So Anthem is back. So Teotawi P10 now, he's on the soft compound tyre, so he's made this work. He's caught up to the back of Kylie Boy on his old hards, and let's see if he can make this move work. So coming around now to the last corner, going to try and get the best run into turn 1. Looks like Teotawi's got that done. DRS enabled overtake. Go look up the inside. Can he get this move done? Yes, he can. Beautiful move there from the Racing Point driver. Yeah, definitely. But Kylie Boy picking up 3-second time penalties. Just little mistakes coming in now. People just maybe suffering a bit to highway and running wide, and just getting unnecessary penalties that could affect the position. It looks like we're going to have a bit of a jumping around effect at the end of this race. That is this lap as it is the last lap. DRS now. Overtake enabled. He's using this overtake he's got. Zaki's Beast hasn't got it, and he's going to look up the inside. Can he get this move done? Last lap overtake. Yes, he does. There's room and respect given by both drivers. No contact there at all. And Dame Zero up into P3. But something to look at is he's got a 3-second time penalty, and Zaki's Beast behind. He doesn't have any penalty, so he just needs to try and keep it within 3 seconds to stay on that podium. But just coming through sector 3 now. ERN recoil. So I think that's a solid win there for him. 8.7 seconds, 8.8 seconds in the end for him. So really good work there. It's coming around the penultimate corner now, just through the last chicane, not picking up any penalties. Coming through last corner now. The fireworks of Singapore are going to be lit, and ERN Recall wins the race with ERN Massey behind him, coming in P2. Great work there from those two. I think Massey has picked up a penalty at the end. Dame Zero P3, but can Zaki's Beast jump in? Yes, he does. Zaki's Beast up into P3 with Dame Zero P4. VR F1 coming now into the last corner. Is he going to stay safe in P5? We'll have to wait and see. Is crowd indoors coming around the final corner? Will he jump in? No, he doesn't. Stays P6. Fin2 Racing next. Don't think he'll jump either of them. No, he doesn't. So great work there. Big G next, coming across the final corner with these fireworks going off here. Teotawi next. And a really impressive race, but just unfortunately having a bit of a struggle here at the end. So he comes home for P9 in the points. Good work there from him. Kylie Boy next. He comes across the line for P10, picking up that final point. With Redmond, I believe in his first race, because I haven't really seen him around here before. Going to come in P11. And that is the end of the race here. So a really interesting race. Teotawi gets drive for the day from the game. But that's it here at Singapore for this race under the floodlights. So it's been really interesting starting off on the wet compound tyres and making their way towards the end of the race on dry compounds, about what I think it was one safety car with 2 VSCs. So been quite clean round here tonight. A few accidents for the stewards to look at, but apart from that, well done the ERN Recall for winning tonight's race. As that it is it here tonight. I don't know really what's going on, if you can hear me or Anthem, but bit of a race rundown now. We've got ERN Recall winning the race, so really good work there from him with Massey P2. So solid race there from him as well, picking up P2. That's really vital due to the championship points. Hello.
Hello.
There we go. There's ERN Massey coming P2, obviously picking up those vital points for the race. And I think he won't get in front of Dame Zero, unfortunately, taking the lead of the championship. So that battle will go on. Still really close to Russia. Hello.
Yeah, sorry, your internet's been a bit bad for us, I think, today. But yeah, it's been an interesting race, hasn't it? A lot of strategies, really, and yeah, blend of success throughout the grid.
Yeah, definitely. But who would you say the driver of the day is?
Well,
I'll let Rouse decide first.
well, in my opinion, I think Zach is beast because he started, I believe it was 11th on the grid, and then moving his way up to P3, just being nice and consistent, doing a great job, and just managed to pick up that final podium. So I think from P11 outside the top 10 up to podium position is absolutely fantastic, and I think that's a well-deserved of the day, unless you can change my mind.
No, I think that's quite a good decision. I think for me it's between Dame and Zach's Beast. Dame making a good recovery through the field to come fourth, but Zach's Beast managing to have a very good race, managing those mediums towards.
As I think they've cut out again. But that's all we've got time for, ladies and gentlemen. I'll stop the suffering with this poor internet connection for some reason tonight, and we'll hope to see you next week here for Russia here at ERN. So for all of you that have stuck around to watch the end, good night.